bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Pattini Vratham to accomplish and reach the 17 sustained goals of the United Nations through the revival of authentic Hinduism in the form of KAILASA, which is the first Hindu nation. The supreme command of Hinduism is teaching, showing the importance and initiating all of us into the Pacchai Pattini Vratham to achieve this reality. The Pacchai Pattini Vratham has multiple benefits for those who are observing the Vratham. Through the Pacchai Pattini Vratham, the science of Kaya-kalpa, which is experientially manifesting the science of immortality through our being, starts happening through us when we observe the Pacchai Pattini Vratham. Not only that, but the grace and blessings of Ganapati, of Paramashiva, and Parashakti Mariamman is bestowed upon us, as well as we create the space for all the powers of Paramashiva to manifest. Every year, during the Masi festival, being celebrated on the last Sunday of the Masi month and ending on the last Sunday of the Fanguni month, It is from this Sunday of the Masi month to the Sunday of the Phalguni month when the Vratham, when the 28-day fasting happens. During this time, Devi Parashakti, the Pacchai Patni Vratham, is observed for the welfare of her devotees by Parashakti. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism gives a beautiful example, gives a beautiful teaching to all of us to help us understand the importance and the self-purification of the entire Prakriti which happens by Devi Parashakti Mariamman. The water element from the ocean, when it is purified by the fire element from the sun, when it gets transformed into clouds and showers as rain, this rain purifies the earth and the air space, making it the ultimate purifier. Devi Mahamari, Devi Parashakti, represents the self-purification of the entire Prakriti and nature. Fasting is a purifying process for every individual. And so during this Vratham period every year, Devi Parashakti is observing this Pachipati Vratham herself, thereby not only purifying the entire Prakriti, but also offering all of us the opportunity to purify ourselves along with her. The Pachipati Vratham is designed to spiritually heal our physical and psychological ailments, help clear out all toxins, blockages from our systems, strengthen the immune system to effectively fight off diseases, and relieve all our stress, anxiety, and mental tension. Some of the benefits of observing the Pachipati Vratham is to purify our body, to create a space for Paramashiva and Parashakti to manifest. And when we become a channel, when we become a Divya Sharira for Paramashiva and Parashakti to manifest, the spiritual healing of the whole world starts happening. Not only that, but our body becomes prepared to receive the science of immortality, and we will receive and have the blessings of all the goddesses of Devi Parashakti to stay protected from all diseases. Out of the thousands of Mariamman temples in and around India, Samayapuram is the sthala, the first place where Mariamman was worshipped. Samayapuram also happens to be a Shakti Pita, where the eye of Devi Sati fell on the bhumi. After the self-immolation of Devi Sati, Parandama, Lord Vishnu, with the Sudarshana Chakra, cut the body of Devi Sati into 54 pieces, which fell on different parts of the planet. Each place became a Shakti Pita, a place where Devi Parashakti is worshipped. Samayapuram is also the place where the eye of Devi Sati had fallen. The temple of Samayapuram Mariamman itself was built by the Vijayanagara king. When the Vijayanagara king was traveling north to wage war on a certain region, he stopped and stayed in Samayapuram. He had then declared that if he wins the war, he would build a beautiful temple for Devi Mariamman. With the grace and blessings of Devi Parashakti, the Vijayanagara king was victorious in the war which was waged in the north, and in true commitment to his word, built the temple of Samayapuram Mariamman. Devi Parashakti Mariamman is well known to take care of the practical, down-to-earth problems of her devotees. To protect the devotees from the chicken pox and other diseases, and to keep the peace as well in the region, and to protect and ensure the sustainability of the ecosystem, Devi Mariamman Parashakti goes around the village in the night personally. People who have slept in the temple of Devi Mariamman and Samayapuram have heard the sounds of Devi's anklets as she makes her rounds, marking her auspicious presence. This temple was also visited during the time of King Dasharatha during his reign in Ayodhya and King Vikramaditya during his reign in Ujjain. In Hindu tradition, in Sanatana Hindu Dharma, the Vedic civilization, the importance of mother worship is uncomparable. Cosmos not only reveres, but celebrates, worships the feminine consciousness, worships the feminine energy. Women who embody the feminine consciousness are not just revered, but they are respected. They are worshipped in the cosmos. The Vedas and the Agamas, the Hindu tradition, do not just give equal rights to women, it reveres and honors them.
manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyananda? Yes, we're back. There was a problem with the audio. I hope all of you now are able to hear properly. Yes. So as we were mentioning, in the Vedas and in the Agamas, in the Hindu tradition, it is not just that equal rights are given to women. It is much more than that. Hinduism reveres, honors, and worships women and the feminine consciousness. In the Hindu tradition, everything which is worthy of being worshipped, the nature, the various devatas, the very shakti, the various energies, everything is given the feminine expressive quality, the feminine, it's always expressed in the feminine way. The female names, the feminine expressions are given for the shaktis, the energies, the rivers, the whole of nature. The earth itself is called as Bhuma Devi in Hindu tradition. In Hindu tradition, the earth is not just a geography. The earth is a biology. Let me repeat that. The earth is not just a geography, it is a biology. It is a living being, and it is worshipped as female. All the rivers, the Ganga, Yamuna, Saraswati, Narmada, Sindhu, and the river Kaveri, all the major rivers of Bharat, of India, other than the river of Brahmaputra, other than this one river, all rivers are given the feminine name. In the Hindu tradition, which is the oldest tradition, it is one of the oldest sampradayas which worship divine in the form of women, which worship the female form of Devi. Hinduism has a sampradaya called the Shakta Sampradaya, which is the worship of the feminine energy, worshipping the highest primordial source of divinity in the form of woman, worshipping God in the form of woman. It is not just that Hinduism gives equal rights to women. It is much more. Hinduism reveres, worships, and above all, honors women. Again and again and again in the Veda Agamas, it is repeated that whenever and wherever women are pleased, wherever women are worshipped, all gods reside there with the bliss and the joy. In the Vedic tradition, there is a beautiful verse where it is attributed, the verse is, Ya Devi Sarva Bhuteshu Matra Rupena Samsthita Namastasye 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 Namo Namaha. The translation of this verse, O Devi, who is residing in all beings, whatever exists in the form of ultimate creativity, who is residing, I bow down, I bow down, I bow down. I surrender. This is such an amazing stotra. The essence of mother worship in us is fundamentally mothering the cosmos inside of us. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself is basically a Shakta, worshipping the mother. The Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism became enlightened through the Shakta tradition, through the Shakta Sampradaya, which is the mother worship. Because our whole bio-memory is given to us through our mother. Always the energy expression happens only in mother worship. In all other bhavas, it takes a lot of time to experience the energy expression. Through the Matru Bhava, the energy expression happens very quickly and very strongly. You may be in the body of a female, or you may be in the body of a male. That itself doesn't matter. But if you start mothering the cosmos inside of you, you will become the cosmic mother. Mother worship is a very different tradition of enlightenment. It is not bound, it is not made on any social laws. The masculine part is always social based. The feminine part is completely enlightenment based. So whatever religion you may belong to, explore the feminine worship part of that religion. We all need to understand that the first and foremost relationship in our life is the relationship with our mother. Our ability to learn, even idea to relate with others starts with our mother. Those who have lived around their mother till the age of 14 are extremely blessed. Because till 14, if you have had your mother living around you, living with you, then you know how to connect with the mother. You don't need a separate lesson to connect with the divine. There are various attitudes, various bhavas various ways you can relate and connect to the divine. The various bhavas, there's the Pitru Bhava, relating to the divine as a father. There is the Bhava, the Sakala Bhava, relating to the divine as the friend. The Dhasa Bhava, relating to the divine as a servant. But nothing like the Matru Bhava, to connect with the higher intelligence, to connect with the divine, connecting with the higher consciousness as the mother. This is one of the unique contributions to the spiritual consciousness from the Vedic tradition, the sacred feminine worship, having the sacred feminine worship as a part of the mainstream tradition. Even if everything that Vedic tradition has given to society, even if everything gets lost due to some tsunami or some earthquake, just if this worship of woman, the worship of mother, the sacred feminine tradition, if this one thing alone is retained, the whole thing can be revived, because this is the seed. All the traditions which missed the sacred feminine, which missed worshipping the sacred feminine or techniques to awaken the sacred feminine, lost its life within 100 years. One of the greatest things which happened in the Ramakrishna mission was that Devi Sharda was included as a part of the main worship altar. And this was integral to the success of the Ramakrishna mission and the Ramakrishna organization. The important component they found and they added it to their Sampradaya. Same way, during the tradition of Ramana Maharishi, in Ramana Maharishi's tradition, the place was given for his mother. Unless the place, the representation for the sacred feminine energy, the techniques to awaken the sacred feminine energy is there, neither enlightenment can happen in us, nor can it be transmitted to anyone else. Mother worship is a vital part of the Vedic tradition through which the enlightenment energy manifests. Now, after listening and understanding the various truths, powerful cognitions the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has shared about the importance of mother worship and achieving the ultimate experience of enlightenment through the mother, let us enter into a powerful completion process to heal our relationship with the mother energy. Over the past many days, we have been doing this completion process. And each time you do the completion process, there is always going to be a new incident, a new situation where you remember and you realize you come to the understanding of all the various places, all the different places where the incompletions with the mother started happening, started getting generated, created in your being. For the next couple of days until now, we have been doing the completion process, and let us continue to do this completion process with the mother. As we are observing the Pacchai Pattini Vratham, having the completion process, doing the completion process is integral to experiencing the divine as the mother, which, as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism himself mentions, it is only through this, the fastest, the easiest, the most expressive and most blissful way to connect with the divine and have the experience of Paramadvaita can manifest in you. And so now, let us enter into today's completion process, today's completion with the mother. And so, as we mentioned earlier, it doesn't just necessarily need to be limited to the biological mother of your life. This completion process can happen and can be done with all the people, all the various people in your life who were the mother figure of your life. And so this could even be caretakers in your family, could maybe even be your grandmother, an aunt, sometimes maybe even an elder sister. All the people who were mother figures in your life. It may even be your teachers in your elementary school or in your preschool. Anyone who has acted or who was a mother figure in your life. This completion process can be done. Because fundamentally, all the incompletions we have with our mother, we have with our father, those are the same incompletions which we will project on the cosmic mother and the cosmic father, on the guru and on the divine. And so having completion with your mother is integral, because it is when you have complete completion with all the different mother aspects of yourself and the mother components which were influenced, which were part of your upbringing, of growing you up. Only when completion is established in all these fronts does your relationship with the Divine Mother also be in the same blissful state of completion. And so now let us enter into today's completion process with all the mother figures in our life. The instructions are going to be projected on the screen for your reference. So first, please get a pen and a paper. And you can use the same book which you have been using for the past couple of days for the completion process. And it's a good way to keep track of your own completion, your own progress, which we have been doing over the past couple of days, and which we are going to be continuing to do till the end of the Pacchai Patni Vratham. And so now, write down the earliest incident in your life when you felt your mother was against you and not supporting you. As you're writing this down, be as detailed as possible. Who was there in the incident? What transpired? What did you feel during that incident? And what was your response, reaction towards your mother? During the whole situation, what were the cognitions and conclusions about your mother did you develop because of this incident? The first step of the completion process, to write down, pen down, identify the incidents and narrate it to yourself, write it down as detailed as possible. Let us now enter into the first step of the completion process. If you need to close the doors, close the windows, maybe put your devices in do not disturb mode, please take the time now to do so. This is a very beautiful process because in our life continuously we are running, always the next thing, which is always taking our time, attention. We do not give enough time to ourselves. We do not give enough importance to the completion which needs to happen within our being. Because automatically the completion which is going to happen in your being will only make you more and more productive, more and more life positive, more and more a contributing member of society and to yourself. So please, let's do this completion process with little intensity, with a little bit sincerity and integrity. Because you building yourself is not only being a contributing factor to your own life, you will automatically start being a better person for society. You'll automatically start being a contributing member. What we are doing, the completion process, as the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism explains and tells, the completion process is to remove the hangover of your past in your present, so that you can have and live a blissful, enlightened future. And so now let us remove the hangover of the past, of all the incompletions which we have with the mother figures in our life, so that we can enter into a blissful future. So the Mahavakya music is going to be played lightly in the background. Sit and take the next few minutes to pen down and identify the earliest incidences in your life when you felt that the mother figure in your life was against you or not supporting you. Let us begin.
Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vanni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashivam overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Now, once you have identified the earliest incidences in your life where you felt the mother figures at that time, who were all the mother figures in your life, were against you, not supporting you. Once you have identified these root thought patterns, these root incidences, and the cognitions and conclusions which you developed at that time, we can now enter into the second step of the completion process.
Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Relive the incident 5 times within your inner space. Relive the incident as if it is happening right now, and you are the child version of yourself experiencing it again. Remember, you need to relive this incident as you experienced it so many years back. Whatever your age was, whether it was 4, 5, 6, 3, whatever your age was, relive the incident from that age. Many times in our life, when we remember these incidences, we are remembering it from our current logic, current understanding about life, whatever thought currents, cognitions, and understandings we have right now. When we remember those incidences from this current understanding, that is why we are experiencing a lot of pain, guilt, incompletions, anger, and frustration. Because we are not reliving the experience and allowing it to be removed from our system. We are remembering it, and it is only inflicting more and more pain in us. So now, when we are reliving this incident 5 times in our inner space, ensure that the emotions which are happening inside of you, make sure that these emotions are not bottled up and held back anymore. Release and allow whatever emotions, incompletions, everything, whatever is happening in your being, whatever is flowing through your being, allow everything to just flow like a river. Do not create a dam, do not bottle up the emotions which are going on inside of you. Relieve the incident, relieve the various problems, relieve the emotions, the incident as it happened so many years ago. And so now we can enter into the second step of this completion process, which is reliving the incident as it happened 5 times within our inner space. Let us begin.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vanni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eyes. Nithyananda Paramashivam. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Once we have identified the root incidences, the root thought patterns, root cognitions, which happened during the pain patterns, which happened during the root incident of the incompletions, and once we have relived those incidences 5 times in our inner space, by reliving them and not remembering them, we can now enter into the third step of the completion process, which is the Swapurnatva Kriya. Get a mirror and tell the incident to yourself in the mirror 5 times loud and clear. Speak as if you're telling your mother about the completion process which you are doing. And look into your own eyes in the mirror as you share the incident. Let me repeat the instructions. Tell the incident to yourself in the mirror 5 times loud and clear. And speak as if you're telling your mother about the completion process which you're doing. This is the third step of the completion process, where after reliving the incident, we are now going to narrate the incident to ourselves in the mirror, looking into our own eyes 5 times. And following this step is going to be the final step of the process, which is completion with our mother. Let us now enter into the next step of the completion process.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vanni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva overflow, manifest the powers in all our third eye. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
After you have narrated the incident 5 times within your inner space, after having completed the previous steps, we can now enter into the process of calling our mother and completing with her. And so ensure that you are giving the context for the completion process. And make sure that you actually feel complete and want to take responsibility to change your mind of the mother, to change your image of your mother. Not blaming them for what had happened, not apologizing for what you have done, but completing for it. Understand there is a difference between completing and apologizing. Completion is, as we mentioned earlier, the supreme part of Hinduism gives the completion process to remove the hangover of the past in our present and our future. And so, completion doesn't necessarily mean you need to apologize, you need to feel guilty or blame someone for what had happened, for what had transpired. You just need to take responsibility and allow the healing of the relationship to happen. Dropping what happened and without expecting anything in return. Just allowing the completion to happen. So now, we can pick up the phone and start the next step of the completion process. The final step, the 4th step of calling your mother or the mother figure of your life and completing with them. We can now begin.
Let Paramashiva's third eye manifest in all our third eyes. Let the Amrita pour, let the Vanni open up, manifest in all of us. Let Paramashiva manifest the powers in all our third eye. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
So now, once we have completed the completion process with the mother figures in our life, we can now enter into the next step of today's program, having the darshan of Devi Mariam and Parashakti and the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. We're going to be joined live by Nithyananda Paramashiva Devalayam from Adi KAILASA, Bengaluru, Birdi, and have the live darshan of the puja, worship, being offered to Devi Parashakti Mariam. It is this part of the program, it is this part of the Vratham which changes, which transforms the fasting into Vratham. As a part of our Vratham, as a part of our fasting, which makes it into the Vratham. And so now, let us prepare ourselves to receive Devi Parashakti. You can also be a part of the puja which is being offered to Devi by offering the worship, the Atmartha Puja, as the Parartha Puja is being offered in the Adi Kailasa Devasthanam. For the puja, all you need is the Guru Padukas. And if you also have the Shri Chakra, the Shri Yantra Mandala, the Mahameru, or the deity of Devi Parashakti herself. You can have all these deities taken and kept ready with you. And first part of the puja is going to be the offering of the archana, which are the 108 names of Devi Parashakti. And so if you have fresh flowers, that is highly advisable and recommended for the puja. Or otherwise, it is also fine. You can even offer the kumkum, which is the processed turmeric, processed haridra. You can even offer that as a part of the archana, offering the kumkum archana to Devi. Followed by the offering of the kumkum archana will be the offering of the incense sticks, the lit lamp, the offering of naivedyam, and the offering of arati. So now, let us take a few minutes to get ready to offer our worship to Devi Parashakti, to the Supreme Founder of Hinduism, and ensure that you are in the traditional attire as we offer this puja. And so for the males, that would be without the upper cloth and with the dhoti and sutubaritam, in the rudraksha, wearing the rudraksha. Let's now take a few minutes to get ready as we prepare ourselves to receive Devi Parashakti. Please stay tuned. In few minutes, the puja will now commence for Devi Parashakti and the Supreme Founder of Hinduism.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the power.
नित्यानन्दं परमसुखदं केवलं ज्ञानमूर्तिं द्वन्द्वातीतं गगनसदृशं तत्त्वमस्यादिलक्ष्यम् एकं नित्यं विमलमचलं सर्वधी साक्षिभूतं भावातीतं त्रिगुणरहितं सद्गुरुं तं नमामि नित्यानन्देश्वर परमशिवसमारम्भां नित्यानन्देश्वरि परमशिवशक्तिमध्यमाम् नित्यानन्दपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां ललाटे त्रिपुण्ड्रे निटिलकृतकस्तूरीतिलकः स्फुरन्मालाधारस्फुरितकटिकौपीनवसनः दधानो दुस्तारं शिरसि फणिराजं शशिकलां प्रदीपः सर्वेषाम् अरुणगिरियोगी विजयते। ॐ सत्यै नमः। ॐ साध्व्यै नमः। ॐ भवप्रीतायै नमः। ॐ भवान्यै नमः। ॐ भवमोचन्यै नमः। ॐ आर्यायै नमः। ॐ दुर्गायै नमः। ॐ जयायै नमः। ॐ आद्यायै नमः। ॐ त्रिनेत्रायै नमः। ॐ शूलधारिण्यै नमः। ॐ पिनाकधारिण्यै नमः। ॐ चित्रायै नमः। ॐ चण्डघण्टायै नमः। ॐ महातपायै नमः। ॐ मनरूपायै नमः। ॐ बुद्ध्यै नमः। ॐ अहङ्कारायै नमः। ॐ चित्तरूपायै नमः। ॐ चितायै नमः। ॐ चित्यै नमः। ॐ सर्वमन्त्रमय्यै नमः। ॐ सत्तायै नमः। ॐ सत्यानन्दस्वरूपिण्यै नमः। ॐ अनन्तायै नमः। ॐ भाविन्यै नमः। ॐ भव्यायै नमः। ॐ भव्यायै नमः। ॐ अभव्यायै नमः। ॐ सदागत्यै नमः। ॐ शाम्भव्यै नमः। ॐ देवमात्रे नमः ॐ चिन्तायै नमः ॐ रत्नप्रियाय सदायै नमः ॐ सर्वविद्यायै नमः ॐ दक्षकन्यायै नमः ॐ दक्षयज्ञविनाशिन्यै नमः ॐ अपर्णायै नमः ॐ अनेकवर्णायै नमः ॐ पाटलायै नमः ॐ पाटलावत्यै नमः ॐ पट्टाम्बरपरिधानायै नमः ॐ कलमञ्जीररञ्जिन्यै नमः ॐ अमेयविक्रमायै नमः ॐ क्रूरायै नमः ॐ सुन्दरायै नमः ॐ सुरसुन्दर्यै नमः ॐ वनदुर्गायै नमः ॐ मातङ्ग्यै नमः ॐ मतङ्गमुनिपूजितायै नमः ॐ ब्राह्म्यै नमः ॐ माहेश्वर्यै नमः ॐ ऐन्द्र्यै नमः ॐ कौमार्यै नमः ॐ वैष्णव्यै नमः ॐ चामुण्डायै नमः ॐ वाराह्यै नमः ॐ लक्ष्म्यै नमः ॐ पुरुषाकृत्यै नमः ॐ विमलायै नमः ॐ उत्कर्षिण्यै नमः ॐ ज्ञानायै नमः ॐ क्रियायै नमः ॐ नित्यायै नमः ॐ बुद्धिदायै नमः ॐ बहुलायै नमः ॐ बहुलप्रेमायै नमः ॐ सर्ववाहनवाहनायै नमः ॐ निशुम्भशुम्भहनन्यै नमः ॐ सर्वासुरविनाशिन्यै नमः ॐ सर्वदानवघातिन्यै नमः ॐ सर्वशास्त्रमय्यै नमः ॐ सत्यायै नमः ॐ सर्वास्त्रधारिण्यै नमः ॐ अनेकशस्त्रहस्तायै नमः ॐ अनेकास्त्रधारिण्यै नमः ॐ कुमार्यै नमः ॐ एककन्यायै नमः ॐ कैशोर्यै नमः ॐ युवत्यै नमः ॐ यत्यै नमः ॐ अप्रौढायै नमः ॐ प्रौढायै नमः ॐ वृद्धमात्रे नमः ॐ बलप्रदायै नमः ॐ महोदर्यै नमः ॐ मुक्तकेश्यै नमः ॐ घोररूपायै नमः ॐ महाबलायै नमः ॐ अग्निज्वालायै नमः ॐ रौद्रमुख्यै नमः ॐ कालरात्र्यै नमः ॐ तपस्विन्यै नमः ॐ नारायण्यै नमः ॐ भद्रकाल्यै नमः ॐ विष्णुमायायै नमः ॐ जलोदर्यै नमः ॐ शिवदूत्यै नमः ॐ कराळ्यै नमः ॐ अनन्तायै नमः ॐ परमेश्वर्यै नमः ॐ कात्यायन्यै नमः ॐ सावित्र्यै नमः ॐ प्रत्यक्षायै नमः ॐ ब्रह्मवादिन्यै नमः श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्ति श्री इन्द्राक्षिदेव्यै नमो नमः। नेत्राणां दशभिष्यतैः परिवृताम् अत्युग्रचर्माम्बरां हेमाभां महतीं विलम्बितशिखां मामुक्तकेशान्वितां घण्टामण्डितपादपद्मयुगलां नागेन्द्रकुम्भस्तनीम् इन्द्राक्षीं परिचिन्तयामि सततं प्रत्यक्षसिद्धिप्रदाम्। ॐ धूरसि धूर्वधूर्वन्तं धूर्वतयो धूर्वतितं धूर्मयो अयं वयं भूत्वामस्त्वं देवानामशिषस्थितमं पप्रितमं दुष्टतमं वह्नितमं देवहूतममहृतमसि हविर्दानं त्रिगुंहस्वमाह्वा मित्रस्य त्वा चक्षुषा प्रेक्षेमाभेर्मा संविक्ता मा त्वाहि गुंसिषम् ॐ ह्रीं श्रीं इन्द्राक्षीं श्रीं पें स्वाहा श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्ति श्री इन्द्राक्षी देव्यै नमः धूपमाघ्रापयामि ॐ दीप्यस्वजातवेदोपघ्नन्निरऋतुं मम दग्न आगहि श्रिया मा परिपातय ॐ ह्रीं श्रीं इन्द्राक्षीं श्रीं पें स्वाहा श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्ति श्री इन्द्राक्षी देव्यै नमः दीपं सन्दर्शयामि अथ नैवेद्यम् ॐ मधुवातारुतायते मधुक्षरन्ति सिन्धवः माध्वीर्नः सन्पोषधीः मधुनक्तमुतोषसि मधुमत्पार्थिवगुम्रजः मधुद्यौरस्तु नः पिता मधुमान्नो वनस्पतिर्मधुमागुम् अस्तु सूर्यः माध्वीर्गावो भवन्तु नः मधु 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 ॐ ह्रीं श्रीं इन्द्राक्षीं श्रीं पें स्वाहा श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्ति श्री इन्द्राक्षी देव्यै नमः नैवेद्यं निवेदयामि ॐ सर्वमङ्गलमाङ्गल्ये शिवे सर्वार्थसाधिके शरण्ये त्र्यम्बके गौरी नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते सृष्टिस्थितिविनाशानां शक्तिभूते सनातनी गुणाश्रये गुणमये नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते शरणागतदीनार्थपरित्राणपरायणे सर्वस्यार्त्यहरे देवि नारायणि नमोऽस्तु ते ॐ ह्रीं श्रीं इन्द्राक्षीं श्रीं पें स्वाहा श्री नित्यानन्देश्वरी परमशिवशक्ति श्री इन्द्राक्षी देव्यै नमः कर्पूरनीराजनं सन्दर्शयामि रक्षां धारयामि शोणाद्रीशावताराय ज्योतिस्तम्भस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् तत्त्वज्ञानप्रदाताय नित्यानन्देश्वररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् मूलप्रकृतिरूपाय परमशिवशक्तिस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् दण्डत्रिशूलहस्ताय कालकालस्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् आदिपूज्याय देवाय सकृत्पूर्णत्वरूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् सर्वाभयविनाशकाय शत्रुसंहाररूपिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् योगभट्टाभिषिक्ताय राजसन्न्यासधारिणे श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् सार्वभौमैकपत्याय राजराजार्चिताय च श्रीकैलासप्रधानाय नित्यानन्दाय मङ्गलम् मङ्गलं कल्पवृक्षाय मङ्गलं ज्ञानदायिने परमशिवाय श्रीनित्यानन्देश्वराय मङ्गलम् मङ्गलं श्रीविद्याम्बायै मङ्गलं कामदायिन्यै सर्वमङ्गलदात्रे नित्यानन्देश्वर्यै मङ्गलम् मङ्गलं गुरुदेवाय मोक्षमूलाय मङ्गलम् परमावताराय नित्यानन्दाय गुरवे मङ्गलम् त्वं स्मृतमहं धन्य मम प्राणमहेश्वर गङ्गाधरनामेति स्तोत्रस्थानं ददाम्यहम् हरिः ॐ तत्सत् सर्वं भगवत् श्री नित्यानंद परमशिव पादुकार्पणमस्तु। ओम नित्यानंदम्।
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Nithyananda, there was such a powerful darshan of Devi Parashakti. Now we are all established in the highest space of Paramashiva himself, and ready to manifest Swamiji through our bodies. In the same space, let us now enter into the power manifestation session. Today, we are going to be manifesting an exciting power which comes under the body. We are going to be scanning our own bodies. Yes, we are going to be scanning our own bodies. You all might think that, oh, what is there to scan my own body? I already know what are the problems that I have. Yes, you know the problems that you have. You might know like the surface level of the problems that you have, like maybe the headache you have, or maybe the stomach ache you have, or some blood pressure. All of that you might know. But why has that happened in your life? What is the source of that problem manifesting in your body? We are going to be scanning that, identifying those problems, and we are going to be finding solutions as well through our third eye, through the power of body scanning. So let us now get ready to do the power manifestation. Yes. We are going to be manifesting this power for 10 minutes today to scan ourselves completely. First, we are going to be scanning the problems that we have. Then we are going to be finding the solution. We are going to be finding the source of that problem. Then we are going to be scanning and finding for the solution for that problem. So all of this, Swamiji is going to be showing to us through our third eye. So as we all know that there are 4 methods of teaching in Hinduism. First is the Shastra Pramana, next is the Apta Pramana, then the Atma Pramana, then the Sakshi Pramana. First one, the Shastra Pramana, is given by Paramashiva himself, revealed through the Vedas and the Agamas. All the different various science taught in the Hinduism are all revealed by Paramashiva himself in the Vedas and the Agamas. So the Shastra Pramana for the body scanning power as well is revealed by Paramashiva himself. We will be seeing the Shastra Pramana as well in a few minutes for the body scanning. Now let us see what is the Apta Pramana. Apta Pramana means the great rishis who have lived, who are living, who have practiced the science revealed by Paramashiva himself, applied it on themselves, time-tested this software that Paramashiva has revealed, making it useful for the whole world. That is the Apta Pramana. Aptas are the great rishis and enlightened masters who have lived, who have time-tested these softwares. Next is the Atma Pramana. Atma Pramana is where the guru or the person who is initiating us, initiating others, that person should have applied this science on themselves, manifested this science to their bodies, and tested this software. We can tell tested this software on themselves. And only then they can initiate others, give the initiation of these software, this great science, divine power manifestations to the others, and make that as their experience, which is a Sakshi Pramana for all of us. Swamiji has initiated, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has initiated all of us into this divine power manifestation of the body scanning and all the other various powers. Through the power manifestation, we are going to be manifesting Swamiji himself in our bodies. So let us get ready to do the power manifestation. Let us get ready to start the power manifestation. So whatever you're seeing inside yourselves, if you have not known the source of this problem, once you scan and you still feel that, oh, this might not be the source of my problem, you can actually go and get it tested with a doctor or through medical. In any medical ways, you can get these problems tested for yourself actually. And you will see how much which the problems that you're facing are actually not exactly the problems that you are facing, you're seeing physically, but they are something more deeper and different. Only then you will see the actual problem that you are facing inside you, and you'll be able to find the solutions for that also now. So let us get ready to do the power manifestation. Sit down. You can sit on the ground if you are comfortable, or you can sit on a chair as well. Sit with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. If you can sit in Padmasana, sit in Padmasana. Visualize the supreme point of Hinduism, Swamiji, in your third eye. Now intensely start chanting the Mahavakya. You can visualize any form of Swamiji that you feel the space of oneness with, that you connect to. You can visualize any form in your third eye. Sit straight. Continuously chant the Mahavakya. Let us now begin the power manifestation. Now request Swamiji in your third eye. Swamiji, please show me all the source from which the problems in my body are manifesting. It can be any problems in your body, so request the revelation. Request Swamiji to show all of that to you. What is the source of the problem that you're actually facing in the body? Keep your eyes closed. Intensely chant the Mahavakya. We are going to be manifesting the power for the next 5 more minutes. Write down everything that you see about yourself inside you. Whatever you're seeing, all the details about your own body. Continuously, intensely chant the Mahavakya. Continuously chant the Mahavakya. Visualize Swamiji. Continuously visualize Swamiji as well in your third eye. Any form where you feel the most connected to, and feel the space of oneness. Visualize that form of Swamiji. Maybe the first time you had the darshan of the supreme point of Hinduism, or when you had an initiation. Anywhere or in the satsang, any form that you most connect to, remember that form and continuously manifest this power. We have 3 more minutes to do this power manifestation. Write down everything see about yourself. Make sure that you're writing down everything. And also take photos of you doing power manifestation. We have 2 more minutes for this power manifestation. So you can take the photos as well of you doing this power manifestation. We are going to be posting those on the social media. So make sure that while you're doing the power manifestation itself, that you are taking photos of yourself. Yes, we have a few more seconds for this round of power manifestation. So quickly write down everything that you saw about yourself. We're going to be moving on to the next step of today's power manifestation. Yes, now let us move on to the next step of today's power manifestation. Now you can share your experience on the social media. Before that, I want to ask you all, how many of you feel that the problems that you were facing with your body, that you knew that you were facing with your body, are like completely different from what you actually saw as the source for your problems? So the source for your problems might not just be with respect to the body itself, but it could be with the lifestyle. It could be the way you're living, the way you're eating, the way you're sleeping. It could be with anything related to your lifestyle, related to the people who you are living with. It can be anything. So the source for your problem is not always, the source is not actually from within the body itself all the time. So you can share this also in the social media when you're doing the sharing for today's power manifestation, when you're sharing the experience of what you've had, the powers that you have manifested. You can share this also. So please go to the social media. You can go to Facebook, and in the Facebook, you can share your photos of you doing the power manifestation, or you can even make a short video of you manifesting these powers and post it on the social media. But make sure that you are posting your experiences and your photos. Make sure that you are sharing your experiences. And when you're posting, you can use the hashtag of PPV for the Pacchai Pattini Vratham. You can use the hashtag PPV. You can use hashtag KAILASA. You can use hashtag Power Manifestation. You can use hashtag Nithyananda. You can use these hashtags to post your experiences. You can also use the hashtag Mariamman. You can use these 5 hashtags to post your experiences on the social media. And also tag SPH Nithyananda Paramashivam on the Facebook. If you're using the Facebook, you can tag the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism. The Facebook page, SPH Nithyananda Paramashivam, you can tag this. So as we manifested the power of body scanning today, we were talking about the Shastra Pramana, Apta Pramana, Atma Pramana, and the Sakshi Pramana. Let us now see the Shastra Pramana, from where this power of body scanning is actually coming from, where Paramashiva has revealed this power of body scanning. So let us now listen to that. The power of body scanning is from the Vijnana Bhairava Tantra, Sutra 54 and Dharana 31. Swadehe jagato vapi sukshma sukshma tarani cha tattvani yani nilayam dhyattvante vyajyate para. Cognize deeply that from subtle to the subtlest constitutive principles of your whole body, which is Swadeha, or of the whole universe, simultaneously consist of the essential reality. They are being absorbed in their source cause, which is the Sadashiva. By the experience of such restful awareness, one becomes complete from all the thoughts, and the ultimate universal divine power, the Paradevi Adishakti, is revealed. And the supreme power manifestation happens. So this was the beautiful revelation where Paramashiva himself gave the power of body scanning to the whole world. Let us now continue sharing our experiences. We have 1 more minute to share our experience on the social media. Share all the experiences. And all the Pacchai Pattini Vratham participants who are doing the Pacchai Pattini Vratham, you can share your experience on the Pacchai Pattini Vratham as well, like how you are manifesting the Pacchai Pattini Vratham, what are the kinds of breakthrough you're having with yourself, and how you felt before and now while doing the Pacchai Pattini Vratham. You can share all of these. You can use the hashtag PPV, which is the Pacchai Pattini Vratham, for sharing your experience. Now it is time to move on to the next session, next segment of today's session. With this, we come to the end of today's power manifestation. Let's move on to the next segment. Thank you. Nithyananda.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your 3 eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda. 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 Paramashivoham. Om Many people ask me how to receive Devi's grace fully. Listen carefully. Be very clear. Literally, you are seeing Paramashiva and Parashakti at that moment. She is there in your screen. So always receive them very traditionally. Keep 2 betel leaf, 1 banana, 1 betel nut in front of the screen. You watch Devi. 1 coin. It can be lowest unit available for you. It can be $1 or even 1 cent is okay. Coin. Coin is the traditional dakshina given in Hindu tradition. It can be lowest value. If you are in India, it can be 25 paise or 10 paise, or even if you get 1 paise coin, that is okay. If you are in US, it can be even quarter or even a cent. If you get a cent coin, that is also okay. Keep a coin. Coin is considered to be traditional dakshina. 1 betel nut, 2 betel leaf, 1 banana, 1 lowest minimum possible coin available for you. Offer that to Devi. That's the way the dakshina is offered traditionally. And after the darshan is over, do namaskar and eat that banana, betel leaf and betel nut. Take it as a prasadam immediately. That coin, collect, then send it to our temple, maybe the Los Angeles temple. You can send it. Keep minimum coin. I am not trying to monetize, please understand. You can keep 1 cent. But the traditional respect is giving some minimum coin. Especially women, Devi, when she comes, at least 2 betel leaf, 1 betel nut, 1 banana, 1 coin. As I said, it does not even need to be $1 coin. It can be even 1 cent coin. 1 cent is also okay. Whichever country you are living, the minimum denomination coin available, keep just 1 coin and offer it. After the darshan is done, eat that betel leaf and betel nut, banana. The coin, send it to nearest temple. Los Angeles is best as a dakshina. That's it. Listen. this betel leaf, betel nut may look too small, but once you start this, you will understand in few days how much it adds to your sentiment that really she is there. You will not take the Devi Darshan for granted. That is why this betel leaf, betel nut. Listen carefully. Rituals will break your monotonous, unconscious mentality, lifestyle, and it will remind you and raise you to the powerful cognition. It will break your unconscious behavior. After 2-3 days, you forget you are having Devi in the screen from Kailasa appearing directly. This 2 betel leaf will remind you, hey, Devi is appearing on the screen. You are receiving her ritualistically. That is why I am saying, I am not even expecting you to keep $1. Keep 1 cent. So 100 days, if you see darshan, only then it will get added up into $1. I think 1 cent is, 100 cent is 1. It can even be dry leaf, that is okay. I bless you all. Let you all open all your 3 eyes and manifest the powers of Mahasadashiva. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. 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 Om Nithyananda.
Yes, Nithyananda. Now that we have had the darshan of Devi Parashakti and the supreme pontiff of Hinduism, as well as manifested the superconscious powers of Paramashiva, let us now enter into the next segment of today's program, which is understanding the Hindu Parliament. Yesterday, the supreme pontiff of Hinduism had given the vision for the Hindu Parliament and the further and further process and planning for the expansion of the Kailasa nation through the Hindu Parliament. So today we're going to be touching a little bit more on the subject of the Hindu Parliament, understanding deeper the intricacies of the Hindu Parliament, and actually going to be touching specifically upon the current economic system. The current economic system which we all are living with, which is a part of the world economy, as well as understanding the Hindu economic system as revealed by Paramashiva, and how the Hindu economic system can not only complement the economic system of the world, but solve many of the problems which we are being faced, many of the flaws which are there in our current economic system. And so joining me today, we also have Sri Nithya Brahmasukhananda Maharaj, Nithyananda Maharaj.
Nithyananda.
Yes, and today the both of us are going to try to help all of you understand a little bit more, give you all a little bit more deeper understanding as to the Hindu economy, which is being revived by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism through the Kailasa nation, the first nation for Hindus. And so now entering into the topic directly, we all already know, it is common wisdom and understanding that the modern economic practices which we are seeing today in today's world have left the entire planet Earth in ruins. The level of environmental degradation has reached such alarming rates that it seems highly unlikely that the planet can be kept alive for more than 100 years coming. The unsustainable consumption, even beyond the available means, has resulted in serious problems like resource overuse, deforestation, soil degradation, destruction of flora, fauna, and interdependent biomes, in addition to high levels of greenhouse gas emissions and destruction of natural carbon sinks, leading to climate change and global warming. The delicate balance between man and nature is heavily destroyed, and modern cities and towns have become like gas chambers because of air pollution. In the name of so-called economic development, we have managed to destroy nearly every single natural ecosystem which has existed on the planet Earth. This has not only created problems related to health and quality of life, but is putting the very existence of our species and the species and other species of the planet Earth at risk.
Yes, Maharaj. Now, looking at what the current economic system, how it is affecting us in this field, let us also see in the contrast how the Hindu economic model, on the other hand, what is the difference between the Hindu economic model in the modern economic model, and what is the difference that it makes to the common man. So the Hindu economy, at the other hand, is eco-friendly and sustainable. Now, we are talking about the relationship between the economic model that is in practice with the effect of that economic model on the environment around us. So when Hindus were the richest people in the world, they were living in perfect harmony with Prakriti, Mother Nature. To meet the global climate targets set to keep this ship afloat, we need to re-establish the life-supporting Hindu economic principles. The whole of Hindu economy, whether Hindu agriculture, Hindu industry, Hindu trade policies, literally every aspect was rooted in the idea of oneness with nature, reverence towards our environment. Even the modern concept of organic farming has been taken from Hindu agricultural practices and traditional Hindu agricultural policies. It is nothing new, just branded as new and modern. It is high time we revert back to our traditional Hindu economic principles to restore the balance with our environment. The economy, the overall economy and the economic model that we pursue even today directly impacts the life of a common man. There are various aspects in which the economic model that we are pursuing at local microeconomic level and the macroeconomic, how the countries are, what kind of economic policies they are operating and implementing. Various aspects it affects the common man, such as poverty, hunger, the sustainability, the relationship with the climate change, the global warming that we are facing, financial crisis, unequal distribution of wealth and income, fiat currencies, the instability related to currency and exchange rate, manipulation of currencies, the grid-based economy that we are living in the modern times, massive layoffs, massive number of layoffs that we see in many multinational corporations today, just because of this ups and downs in the business cycles in the economy that happen, but which have real world impacts. These are real people who are losing their jobs, and many of them, most of them even today, even recently, we see the layoffs happening in many companies such as Facebook and all these companies which have extremely most talented and skilled workers on the planet. So if even they cannot save their jobs, their employment, then how can we, what to even speak of the common man who is living on the street? And similarly, many other impacts that the modern economy has on the common man, let's say political tension and war, the wars between nations and all the geopolitical problems that we are facing, they are deeply rooted in this flawed modern economic model that we are pursuing.
Exactly, Maharaj. Let's first enter into just one of these many problems which we are facing as a result of the modern economy, starting with poverty and hunger. All the poverty and hunger that exists in the developing world today has not emerged out of thin air. It is a result of continuous systematic destruction of the local traditional indigenous economic structures in these countries by the hand of colonial imperialistic forces. Bharat was the richest country, and it was completely swindled and destroyed during the colonial era. All the wealth was looted, artificial famines were created, which led to mass starvation. The sad truth is that the prosperity of the modern West stands on the pile of looted wealth from the colonies, especially from India. The fundamental problem is that the modern economic model is based on grabbing wealth and not creating, not generating, but grabbing the wealth of others. So colonization is a natural part of the modern economy, unfortunately. The era of colonization, contrary to the mass belief, has not ended. It has only morphed into more and more sinister, more and more covert forms. Hindus might enjoy independence for namesake, but are psychologically and financially are still slaves, still colonized. Hindu economy, on the other hand, is purely life positive, based on the principle of responsibilism, which Paramashiva reveals in the Vedas and Agamas. Creating wealth and sharing it with others. No looting, no power control, and no colonization. Not based on any fear or any greed, only to create and spread the prosperity.
Yes, beautifully put, Maharaj. In fact, in modern economy, the only form of money, the currency, is the fiat currency, which is not even backed by anything of real value anymore. Hindu economy, on the other hand, uses multiple types of currencies which are of real value, such as gold, such as grain. All these were used as real currencies in the Hindu economy. All the money that is circulating in the economy today is nothing but debt that we owe to who? That we owe to ourselves. And this debt is naturally getting passed on to the next generations. The stupidity of this model is so striking that even to pay off this debt, we need to borrow more, hence owing even more debt. Now, the result is that most of the richest nations today are sitting on a stockpile of ever increasing national debt, making these economies highly fragile, unsustainable, risky to even invest in, and ultimately heading towards entire governments going bankrupt. What happened in 2008 financial crisis was only a trailer for what lies ahead, with dangerous repercussions for the common man. Since today's economies are extremely interconnected, this can potentially result in a global catastrophe more severe than the Great Depression of the 1930s. Hindu society was rich, stable, prosperous, and sustainable for tens of thousands of years. It was the richest civilization on the planet Earth. Owing to what? The life positive principles instead of the economy running like a fear and greed based scam. That was a striking difference between the Hindu economy and what we are pursuing today as the modern economy. The core fundamental principle is different. In the Hindu economy, the main driving force is life positivity, coming from the source of responsibilism. But in the modern economy, the core cognition is just fear and greed, running, just based on fear and greed. The fuel that makes the people run today, that inspires even, is nothing but fear and greed. But in the Hindu economy, it is pure life positivity, contribution, enriching others, creating, enjoying, and sharing your wealth with others.
Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism gives a rough outline about the Hindu parliament structure. The Hindu parliament consists of 5 pillars, 5 legs, which make up the parliament. The Chit Sabha, which is the house of consciousness. The Kanaka Sabha, the house of prosperity. The Rajya Sabha, the house of the lords. Deva Sabha, house of cosmocrats. And the Nithyananda Sabha. These 5 assemblies are the model Hindu democracy put together and is the Hindu parliament. The Chit Sabha, Chit, which means consciousness in Sanskrit, deals with all the consciousness-related sciences. The purpose for which the Kailasa nation is being established on the planet Earth by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism is to give a super-conscious breakthrough to the world, to the whole of planet Earth. Chit Sabha will deal with all the issues related to that purpose of Kailasa. The Rajya Sabha deals with all the political decisions that need to be made and reaching out to politicians, inspiring, integrating them with the cosmic vision of Kailasa. Rajya Sabha works in the line of dealing with the politics and the politicians and the political aspect of running the nation. The Deva Sabha brings the best contributions of Kailasa to the world. It consists of the think tanks where all the best brains, all the best minds coming together and giving the best policies, the best life positive policies for the furtherment of humanity and for the sustainability of Mother Nature. The flights, the Pushpaka Vimana of those days, the amazing surgeries which were conducted so many thousands and thousands of years ago, the various technologies, the various methods of Shushruta, the amazing Hindu medicine, all the best things Hinduism has to offer in the field of life, the think tank, and all the best policies will be managed by the Deva Sabha, the House of Cosmocrats. And the Kanaka Sabha manages all the resource development. Hindus existed as the richest civilization, completely in tune with nature. This is very important. It is not just rich out of grabbing, looting, but in tune with nature, without exploiting, abusing, destroying the nature. We lived as the richest civilization and prosperous, not just for ourselves, but even the nature was prosperous. Nature was alive, intact, expanding continuously. Reviving those natural resource-based lifestyle. It's altogether a different science than what we see as the government structures today. The Nithyananda Sabha focuses on the aspects, the contributions the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism has given to the world, focusing on that part and that aspect. Yes, let us now understand even more deeper into the Hindu economy, as Brahmasukha Maharaj is going to be sharing and explaining to all of us now how in the Hindu economy it is because of the multiple currencies, the different types of currencies, which was an integral part keeping the sustainability of the Hindu economy alive. Yes, Maharaj.
Yes. So basically, the multiple currencies, multiple types of currencies with different economic principles and laws of regulating them, preventing an absolute takeover or control of the economy was a central theme of running the Hindu economy. Perishables such as grains, which are extremely important for survival. There are laws preventing hoarding. If you want, you can hoard. If you want, you can even monopolize goods such as oil, copper, gas, etc., but not grains, not the essential goods. Strictly hoarding was prohibited and artificially increase its price. You cannot do that in the Hindu economy. Price manipulation is not allowed in survival items. This is a law designed to fix and for life, to fix all the life negative principles, and it is for life. Modern economy, to fix the modern economy to realities of requirement, which is inbuilt in the Hindu economy. Hindu economy is for life. The context is for life. Whereas modern economy has several parameters such as GDP, growth rate, inflation rate, interest rate, exchange rate, current account deficit, budget deficit, etc. The base principle for Hindu economy is for life. All the value we give to currency, the legitimacy we give to all these economic models and systems is for their utility value to human life. If the utility value is not met, we need to revise these principles because otherwise these economic systems have no legitimacy. During the COVID-19 pandemic, all countries were faced with the public debate regarding public health care and economic recovery after the COVID pandemic. In this context, the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, Bhagavan Nithyananda Paramashivoham, had delivered a presidential address, and based on that, KAILASA had made a submission to the United Nations, giving the vision of the Supreme Pontiff for the world to effectively deal with the crisis and work towards the economic breakthrough, which was accepted and published by the United Nations.
Yes, Maharaj.
Paramashivam has revealed in the Vedas and Agamas the Hindu economy for everything which does not perish by sharing, such as knowledge. Paramashiva recommends to be given free of charge. Therefore, education is always provided for free in Hinduism. For survival needs such as food and medicine, barter is allowed. That is exchange, direct exchange of goods. Only for infrastructural work, etc., gold is allowed. The for life principle in Hinduism protected lives even during the most of crises. The economic principles for these three layers of economy were also different. The education was sustained by fundraising done by the guru and grants by the rich benefactors, by the king, by the temples, or by the town assembly. There was a fixed share of grains given to each person, each contributor of the society. The temple priests had a share, the doctors had a share, etc. And they gave their services to everyone for free. For example, the village doctor never charged because as per Paramashiva's economic principles, survival needs are bartered or given for free.
Yes, Maharaj. To help sustain the life of the village, the doctor would neither he would do his own farming, but he would get a share of gains from the entire village. And he never charged also. Services itself, he never charged or asked for money, but he would get a share from the entire village. So if you see it this way, if you see this aspect, this strategy, the doctor's interest was to keep the villagers healthy, because only when the villagers are healthy, the overall output is more and his life is sustained. When the villagers are healthy, only he gets paid, fundamentally, if you just have to translate it down to very basic words. It is the health of the villagers through which he gets his money, through which he is paid. If they are sick, if the villagers are sick, he doesn't make any money. However, that is not the case with modern medicine, because modern medicine, the modern pharmaceutical industry, it makes money only when you are sick. Modern medicine is only such that doctors make money when people are sick. And so because of that, there is a vested interest to not completely or not quickly cure the people. This is why indigenous medicine cures diseases and the root, while modern medicine only hides, conceals, and treats the symptoms. You can see the very big difference. This is something which we can directly relate to our lives. For the number of times you need to go to the hospital, for the number of different surgeries you need to take, as more and more services, more and more treatments you get from the modern pharmaceutical industry, the more and more money they make. This is the fundamental difference. They do not make money off your health. They make money off your sickness. The Hindu principles work not just for the primary healthcare, but also for the secondary and tertiary healthcare. Sri Satya Sai Baba, one of the predecessors of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, established a hospital where they give tertiary care for free, such as advanced and expensive surgeries. Because the hospital does not earn by keeping people in bed for long or by overcharging them. And at the same time, when extensive rest was required in order for a patient to recover, the exact amount is provided and he is discharged very precisely when he is ready to leave. Everything is done in a very professional manner with the least expenses. Whereas the unfortunate problem in commercial hospitals is inflated bills because of extra duration of rest, unnecessary procedures, unnecessary or expensive branded patented medicine, given because the hospital has some sort of contract with pharmaceutical companies producing these medicines and so on. You can see the very big difference in the goal from where the doctors are earning their money in the Hindu economic society compared to the modern pharmaceutical industry.
Yes, Maharaj.
Yes, Maharaj, go ahead.
Yes. As we go along, sharing both the comparison and the contrast between the Hindu economic model and the modern economic model, let's also kind of summarize what we are really discussing so that viewers can get a clear one-on-one picture of what are the main points of differences between these two economic models. Some points I can share and some points you can later on expand on. So let's say the Hindu economic model, the first point which comes to my mind is that Hindu economy is resource sharing based, while the modern economy, the model that we are pursuing, is resource accumulation based. Hindu economy is contribution based, but the modern economy is based on grabbing and hoarding. The currencies that are used in Hindu economy are mostly gold and grain, which have real world value. But on the other hand, the currency which is in use in the modern economy now is simply fiat currency, which has no real value. The value of currency in Hindu economy is maintained by contributing or enriching more and more, while on the other hand, value of currency in the modern economic model is maintained by violence, domination, and power control, and even the manipulation of currencies that we are witnessing in the modern era. You can expand on much more differences between these two economic models, Maharaj.
Exactly. Continuing the list, economic decision-making is decentralized in the Hindu economic principles. Whereas in the modern economic, what we are seeing today, or the economic decisions are highly centralized, controlled in one place. Villages were self-sustained, rich economic units by themselves. and they are able to have trade and investment contracts with other villages with less interference from the state. Whereas only a small club of bureaucrats control the decision-making process, and they even influence the state. Those who are extremely rich and yet having equitable distribution of wealth and income. Each citizen of Bharat were extremely rich, and the equitable distribution of wealth and income had happened. Whereas right now, not just within a country, but many full-fledged countries are being forced into bankruptcy by a selected few who influence and control the global economy. Richness, speculating to the last line in the chain about India in 1853, where even the lowest in the Indian society had a golden ring or bracelet. Whereas right now, rich but less than 1% own 90% of the wealth. 1% of the population owns 90% of the wealth. Income distribution is also extremely skewed. Some spillover effects by wealth creation happens, but at the cost of local autonomy in decision making. Even for your basic needs, you have to be hooked to the grid, and only a handful of people control the grid. It is extremely unsustainable and disastrous for the environment. Whereas in the Hindu economic principles, in the Hindu economic system, it was completely eco-friendly and sustainable. The production and consumption is heterogeneous. Local products that change with geography. But in the modern economy, it is highly homogeneous. Whole world is dying and competing only to wear shoes from just a couple of brands. People are trying to be turned into brand ambassadors. We can see here the fundamental difference. We can see here how different Hindu economy principles are compared to the modern economy. It is these Hindu economic principles and infrastructure which is being relentlessly revived by the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism through KAILASA. And so coming to the question which we all have for you today as a part of the Hindu votes. We covered all the detrimental effects modern day economy has on our social life and life on this planet itself. We covered how exploitation is a basis. We will never stop consuming more than the ecosystem can sustain. We made clear that we currently have to shift to a system which is pro-life. The Hindu economic system is the most time-tested way of creating life, supporting wealth with a spiritual context for generations to come, and offers practical solutions for all the economic failures of the past and the current dangers we are facing today. And so now with this, we ask all of you, should the Hindu economic principles, as they are revealed by Paramashiva, be established as the fundamental basis of wealth generation and trade, as well as medical and educational infrastructures to secure our future and the life on this planet? You can all head over to Twitter, where this question is being placed as a poll. And you all can participate in the Hindu votes, helping all of us deciding how we should take our future forward, seeing how the world is right now today, the various problems it is facing for society, for humanity, and for nature itself, just for a handful of people to control and have wealth for which even with their entire lifetime, they will not be able to exhaust. So seeing the various problems, seeing the various situations which we are facing on today, how can we adopt the Hindu economic principles in our life? What is the decision which we should take to protect the future of our planet and the future of our society? You can all head over to Twitter, where at the official handle of the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism, which is Shri Nithyananda, this Twitter poll is being placed, is being hosted, and you can all head over there to cast your vote as to what should be done about the economic principles of our society going forward. And so now with this, I'd like to sincerely thank Sri Nithya Brahmasukhananda Maharaj. Thank you so much for coming today, being a part and explaining to all of us, being a part of the discussion as to why the Hindu economic principles needs to be adopted and needs to happen right now, not sometime in the future, but is an immediate need, immediate necessity for today's society. And I would like to also take this opportunity to thank all our viewers for coming today, being a part of the session, being a part of the program, and understanding why we need a Hindu economy which can lead us to world success. And so now with this, we are entering into the next segment of today's program, which is the Nithyananda Satsang. We request all our viewers to sit straight, get ready, so we can welcome the Supreme Pontiff of Hinduism for the daily Nithyananda satsang. Please sit straight with your head, neck, and spine in a straight line. Close your eyes and bring your awareness to your Ananda Gandha. Visualize the supreme pontiff of Hinduism residing in your Ananda Gandha as Paramashiva, with the 25 heads in 50 hands. And now start chanting the Mahavakya mantra, Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Allow the mantra to reverberate throughout your entire being. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham. Om Nithyananda Paramashivoham.
Let me introduce Kailasa in few words. Listen. Hinduism had 56 nations. Pandya, Chola, Kannada, Telunga, Gurjara, Surangi, Kashi, Gandhara, Nepal, Cambodia, Cambodia, Sri Lanka, Lankapuri, 56 nations, Aganda Bharat. From Afghanistan, the present day Afghanistan, Gandhar, that is Gandhara, from where Gandhari and Saguni came, and this side Nepal, from Nepal, Sita Pirati, Mother Sita came. Gadaram of Malaysia, Gandhara of Afghanistan. We had 56 nations. All the currencies we used in 56 Hindu nations and all the economic policies we used in those 56 nations. The internal economic policies and economic policies for external trade, currency exchange. These 56 nations, economic policies, economic strategies and currencies, everything I am trying to revive and make them legitimate, functional system. Please understand. As I said many times, Hinduism needs revivers, not reformers. I am not reformer, I am reviver. Understand? I am not reformer, I am reviver. So this 56 Hindu nations, whatever currencies we had and whatever policies we had and whatever strategies we had, last 2 years we worked and I have a beautiful map of Akhanda Bharat, all the 56 Hindu nations. You can see historically we had all these 56 nations as Hindu nations. So, all the currencies which was used in those 56 nations, all the economic policies and strategies, last 2 years we worked, studied more than 100 books. 8 sannyasis helped me to study, collect, organize. With this, we evolved economic strategies, policies, currency designs. Everything is ready. Everything is ready to be launched. In Hinduism, gold is not only valuable, it is sacred. Please understand. Gold is given a religious sacred status in Hinduism. So, all currencies will be printed only in pure gold. All currencies will be in pure gold. 1 tola is 1 kasu. In Sanskrit, the Kailasa currency will be called as Swarna Mudra or Swarna Pushpa. In English, it will be called as Kailasian dollar. In Tamil, it will be called as Porkasu. 1 tola, 1 tola gold. In the modern day measurement, if you want to know, it will be like, almost like 11 point some grams. 1 tola gold will be called as 1 Swarna Mudra, 1 Porkasu, 1 Kailasian dollar. By its own weight and possession, it will have value. 1 tola gold is 11.66 grams gold as per modern day grams measurement. So, we have Kal Kasu, Arak Kasu, 1 Porkasu, 2 காசு, 3 காசு, 4 காசு, 5 காசு, 10 காசு. Those are the units in which the coins are ready. Understand? In Sanskrit, it will be called as Swarna Mudra or Swarna Pushpa. In English, it will be called as Kailasian dollar. In Tamil, it will be called as Porkasu. All the printing, in a way I should say word minting, everything is done, everything is ready. On Vinayak Chaturthi day, I will be introducing, and the compilation of the policies are also done. It will all be released. I am just trying to revive and make the Hindu coins, currencies, economic systems, policies, strategies legitimate and functional system. See, Hinduism needs revivers, not reformers. I want everything to be revived as it was. So last 2 years, thanks to my team, which worked tirelessly, sincerely, collecting large amount of data from the internet, how the coins looked in Kiradi, how the coins looked in Chola kingdom, how the coins looked in Surangi kingdom, how the coins looked in the Indus civilization, how the coins looked in Ganges civilization. Large amount of data is available in the internet thanks to all those archaeologists, researchers who uploaded the information in the internet and who published books. We could get all that knowledge and organize it, and we try to revive them as close as possible. As close as possible. All currencies of Kailasa will be in gold, only gold. Because gold is not just precious. In Hindu tradition, it is sacred. Gold is sacred. So, on Ganesh Chaturthi, with the grace of Ganapati, Paramashiva, Lakshmi, Venkateshwara Swami, Kubera, Swarnagarshana Bhairava, with all their grace, revealing and releasing, it will be more like a ritualistic inauguration, making it into functional may happen very soon. And I have lots of books which we studied, the list of books, we are acknowledging all of them. We are making the long list of actually books and other research articles, references, all put together. It comes to something like a 300, more than 360, 100 books, more than 100 books and other articles we collected and read from the internet and various other books and sources. Around, we are acknowledging everyone. We are thanking everyone. We made a document thanking all of them. And the exact, as close as possible to those coin models, to those format, we try to revive. So I thank everyone supported me intellectually, sharing your time. Many people who shared treasure, many people shared talent. I thank every one of you. And also Hinduism considers grain as one of the wealth. So the grains will be used for better system. The Kailasa will have the better system also. And one more important thing, the economic policies of Kailasa Reserve Bank will be following Vedas and Agamas. For example, a Brahmana Varana person, a Vaidika or a Shivacharya or Bhattacharya or Dikshit, who is practicing Brahmana by the lifestyle, not just by birth, by lifestyle, Varana. Brahmana by Varana, those Brahmins, all the Sandhya Vandana they do, all the Shiva Puja they do, all the temple worship they do, Parartha Puja or Atmartha Puja or all the other Anushtanas they do, they get Punya, which is cosmic currency, with which they can go to Swargaloka, Vaikunta, Kailasa, Tapoloka and live. They also get country currency, like Swarna Mudra, Porkasu, Kailasian dollar to run their day-to-day life. So, Kailasa is going to follow the same economic principles. They are practicing Varna Brahmanas can encash their lifestyle, spiritual, religious practices and teaching. Not only they get punya, cosmic currency, they get country currency also. And one more thing, they don't need to give their cosmic currency to receive country currency. No, they get both. Cosmic currency they can enjoy by going to Devaloka or Swargaloka or Vaikunta or Kailasa, wherever they want. Country currency they can withdraw, they can receive from Kailasa. Kailasa government, Reserve Bank of Kailasa, to run their day-to-day life. It will be in various levels in the form of grains, precious gems, precious metal. That precious metal is the kasus. And the Kailasa, all the Kailasa currency will be gold, as I said, because the Vedas give gold not just a status of precious, status of sacred. Paramashiva himself is worshipped as Hiranya Rupaya, Hiranya Varanam. Mahalakshmi is called as Hiranya Varanam. And Paramashiva is called as Hiranya Rupaya. So, Swarna is given status of sacred in Hindu tradition. So, all coins will be, currencies will be in Swarna. Hinduism also declares many other things as dana, wealth. All those will get a legitimate status of wealth. Grain, I'll read out, and the day of release, I'll give all the details. So, each one Swarna Mudra, one Porkas, one Kailasian dollar, we have made in some 25 designs. By its weight, it will be worthy. The designs we made it to revive all kinds of coins which was there in all the 56 Hindu nations. Some Hindu desha had Ganesha coins, some had Nandi, some had Shiva, some had Vishnu. So, we wanted to revive all sampradayas. So, in one Purkasu itself, in one Purkasu, one Kailasian dollar, one Swarna Mudra, we are not making just one type, we are making some 25-30 type, one Swarna Mudra. Same way, two Swarna Mudra will have some another 30-40 type. And Kalkas, the quarter, will have some 10-20 type. This is the way we have worked. The definition of dana in Hindu tradition, dravyam, viddam, swabhateyam, riktam, ruktam, danam, vasu, hiranyam, dravinam, dyumnam, artarai, vibhava, abhi. Means the synonyms of the word dana. Dravyam, material, vittam, currency, swapateyam, owned, earned property, riktam, inherited property, ruktam, possession, danam, money, vasu, land, hiranyam, gold, dravinam, movable property, dyumnam, power and strength, artha, business concern, knowledge, strategies, and the work you do, rai, riches, vibhava, magnanimity, omnipresence and power. Okay, now the methods through which people can earn currencies are detailed way described. Paramashiva declares food has to be completely freely available for the whole nation. So we are going to follow the same procedure. Food, knowledge. See, not only the guru should not charge the student. If guru does not have money to feed the students, you see, in Hindu tradition, the student, not only you can't charge the student has to be given food, given all the things needed and given education. Intention to study is worshipped in Hindu tradition. So if a child has an intention to study, he becomes a brahmachari. So from that moment, the Hindu society is responsible for giving food, shelter, education, everything needed for that brahmachari. The guru is responsible for providing everything to a brahmachari who want to study. If guru does not have, if guru is not wealthy enough, he has to go for bhiksha. He is allowed to beg. And brahmacharis are also allowed to beg. You can beg, but guru is bound to provide everything to the brahmacharis and give education. We are going to be following the same policy. Not only knowledge is free, all your survival needs during your study period also is free. And we are going to be following the same principles. My vision is to provide all these services to all the 2 billion Hindus all over the world. More than 1.2 billion born Hindus and around 800 million, 0.8 million practicing Hindus are there all over the world. So I feel my personal vision is to provide these services to all the 2 billion people all over the world. Let's see, with the grace of Paramashiva, we will be able to do it. Same way, in Hindu tradition, doctors are paid not based on you falling sick, but based on your income. Whole village gives share from the harvest to the doctor. Doctor makes sure the whole village is healthy. This is called healthy medical industry. See, only by you falling sick, doctor is going to gain money. How do you expect doctor should be praying for your health? If the policies are impractical, why are you demanding extreme moral standards from doctors? Tell me. Policies should be practical. If policies are impractical and constantly blaming doctors, accusing doctors, come on, that's impractical, wrong. Policy should be right. When doctor knows the village's health, my county's health, my taluk's health, my area's health is going to make me more wealthy. He will do research on your diet. He will support you in every level to be healthy, because your health makes him wealthy, not your sickness. Your body is not income source for him. Your active life is income source for him. Understand the shift. This is Hindu economic policies. So, the Kailasa will have the same policies. In Kailasa, we will be practicing these same policies. So, all the economic policies are up. It runs more than 300 pages. And also, here I give an open request. Anybody who has knowledge in Hindu economic principles, maybe from Shastras or the modern day application of Shastras, in any form you want to support us, like sending some old books or sharing your thoughts and ideas, we humbly welcome you, and with gratitude we will accept your knowledge input, your knowledge support. Please contact at kailasa.org. You can send your suggestions, knowledge inputs to this mail ID, acknowledging you, your contribution with your name. We will add this into our economic policies. We only request you to be true to the Hindu scriptures, Vedas and Agamas, Veda, Agama, Purana, Itihasa. These are what we consider as authentic Hindu scriptures. And of course, the Apta Pramanas, like from these scriptures, whatever is derived, you can refer Apta Pramanas also. We will be happy to receive any knowledge input to add into our policies. It is just a simple, humble, devoted service to Paramashiva, Veda Mata, to revive Sanatana Hindu Dharma.
I bless you all. Let you all open all your three eyes.